What is up, internet world, and welcome back to the channel. We are in sunny California to review the all-new 2023 Kia Niro EV.
What is goat yoga?
When you guys think about Kia Niro, you ain't thinking because you probably never heard about it, but now you will, because it looks cool, modern, energetic, exciting, and it's got this really cool feature. It's called a side blade from an Audi R8. Get over here and take a look. Look at this thing. It is all silver. Now, the only model you can get it in at the moment in the EV in color is white. You get a white car, you get that. You get any other color, you get color matched, which means in the future, we want green. Wait a minute. You have it in the hybrid. Let's take a look. Get out the way, pigeon. It's actually black. It's a black side blade. I mean, it's a C-pillar, and it's in green. We like the hybrid, but we're reviewing the EV. In the 2023 Kia Niro EV. Now, there's a hybrid and the plug-in hybrid, but this is the sole by itself EV. Now, there's different drive modes, so let's start off eco, normal, and we'll put it in sport. 200 horsepower and 188 pound-feet of torque out of a 64.8 kilowatt battery. Let's go. Not bad at all. So we're out here in the desert, and there's a ton of twisties, and I have this thing in eco mode, not sport, because sport makes my steering harder, and I want to keep this thing smooth, because that's what it's designed to do. It's not designed to be a twisty turner. And I say that because this thing has a ton of understeer when I actually push it harder around corners. It's designed to be smooth, comfortable, and a city car, if anything. In terms of ride quality and suspension, it feels pretty close to a luxury car. It's not there yet, but it's definitely not an econo box in any way, shape, or form. It feels quality. When it goes over bumps, I just feel like I don't get any shake or reverb. It feels solid. Now, everybody's concern when buying an EV is range. Range anxiety is a real thing. Now, we're out here in the heat, and I will tell you, this thing is bang on in terms of what it says it's going to give you and what it actually does. And we have not been driving this thing leisurely. We've been jumping in and out. Ian's been jumping, filming to give these beautiful views. Because in the cold in Canada, this is probably going to be affected, but out here in the heat, it is not. When we jumped in this thing, it said 199 miles. We have done 101 miles, and I have 94 left. That is 196 almost miles. It's a 3-mile difference, which is really impressive, considering that said 199 and I can do 196. So the way this format is working is we drive the EV product in the morning and then the hybrid in the afternoon. However, the hybrid is a little bit less powerful, but Kia says is they're going to sell a ton more EVs than hybrids. Hybrids are just really there to get people from the gasoline products into some sort of electrification. And if you can't get those people, they make the plug-in hybrid. So there's 3 different versions you can buy: the EV, the plug-in hybrid, and then the hybrid itself. They don't expect to sell a lot of plug-ins. I do like the fact this does have paddle shifters, because as we descend in these desert twisty roads, I don't hit the brakes. I just press the paddles and it regens more or regens less, and That's it. That's cool. No braking, just pushing paddles. So there are 5 different regen modes, and right now I have it in the lowest setting. That's the way I like to drive it. It sort of pushes me forward like I'm on the throttle about a quarter. It's a nice feel. It's way different than driving on one pedal drive, which is basically when I let go of the throttle, the car completely comes to a full stop and brakes. So to the front. Now I'll let you know that there are 3 versions you can buy in the Niro. The EV, that's why you have this plug right in the front. The hybrid that does not have a plug, and then the plug-in hybrid that's on the side. Now visually speaking, this kind of looks like a Kia Soul from the digital tiger nose and up. But from there below, it's completely different. Also, when you buy a hybrid versus the EV, it has a totally different grille. This is piano black. It does have this silver shading to match the side blade. And then when you move below, it does have all the radars in the front because Kia is known to have the best lane centering product, in my opinion, out there. And when I say that, it means you don't have to hold the steering wheel all the time. When you come to a corner, you feel safe. Thank you. So I'm gonna set this thing up and see how long it will last before I have to touch the steering wheel. So cruise control on. Right now it is 8:19. Hands off. Let's see how long this thing lasts. Hands off, legs off. Let's roll, Kia. And then just wait till, yeah, we'll wait till 8:30 until this thing kind of tells me to put my hands on the steering wheel. No, cut the camera, Ian.
No. We're seeing. This is real.
This is real time. Real life, real time. Legitimately, it's 8:19. It's almost 8:20. Oh, there we go. There we go. Hands on the steering wheel. Hands off the steering wheel. Now, as we move to the headlights, they are heartbeat inspired. This DRL is standard. LEDs are standard on the EV, depending on the model you get on other Niros. And this little tiger nose extension actually stops right at the headlight. On the hybrid, it extends out. Let's go take a look. Right here. Look at this extension. It pulls past it. Yes, it does have LEDs because they're both the top of the line trim models. They look identical on the outside, but different pieces, like the front bumper. Totally different. So to the side, you will see they have 17-inch wheels and they're so EV looking compared to the hybrid that's more sporty and aggressive. So if you like the EV vibe, you have EV tires as well, and they are 17s. Now it does have the silver trim that flows all the way through the side to match the rear side blade. It does have color matched mirror caps that have the largest LED signal repeaters I've ever seen. And if you're trying to figure out how this car looks so wide and muscular, it's because of these black roof rails. Cars without roof rails look skinny. The roof rails actually add a lot of depth to it. Now, it's obviously unique that this has a C-pillar side blade, which I think is awesome to see, but it's unique, and that's why people want to look at something different, which is why this is so much better than the last generation Niro. And if you haven't seen that, well, here's a picture. Now, Kia has something where you can use your phone and you have NFC, you walk up to the car and you unlock the door, just like a Tesla. Yep, you got it. We're in 2023, where you can use your phone, you walk up to the car and it unlocks. You don't need the key anywhere. You can leave it at home. You can use your phone to start, get in the car and drive away. And if you're not near the car, you can use your phone to find out where the car is, how much fuel you have left. You can lock and unlock, and you can do all kinds of things, including keeping your butt warmers on when it's cold outside. Not here though. Whew. To the back of the Kia Niro. Now some people think that this looks like the rear of a 2005 Ford Focus, but Ian McAlpine will never be invited to shoot a Kia again. So to the rear, you'll notice it has a massive rear spoiler that is color matched, which is a nice touch because brands don't spend the money. It's usually just plastic. And look how large this upper third taillight brake is. That's a nice touch. I like it. And then you have these taillights that are boomerang style, but they're widened because of the side blade. Air flows through the side here and then comes out here. I don't know if it has any sort of impact when it comes to handling, but it's a cool touch and I've never seen that before. Moving down, you have the Kia badge. You obviously have no EV badge here, but you do have a different bumper. It's a different bumper on the EV than the hybrid. Take a look. And then moving below, you have the amber turn signals. And then you have this fancy rear camera, which has a button that opens up this power tailgate, which you can height adjust. And the question is, what can you fit inside this trunk? Well, I can. Bye-bye. Back seat of the Niro EV. How wide is this door open? Enough for me to get in. All right, not bad. So it's not as low as a traditional sedan. It's a little bit higher because it's sort of a raised hatchback. How much headroom do I have? Well, I'm 5'9", and I have about 2 inches or so of headroom. Now, this doesn't have the panoramic sunroof. It strictly has a regular sunroof, so I do have this bump out in the ceiling. And this headliner has recycled material in it. Look at it. Now, as far as room in the back goes, I do have a ton of legroom. This is my driving position, and look how much legroom I have. Easily about 8 or 9 inches, maybe even more. These seats are awesome because they do have sort of a cubby here that you can put magazines or iPads or whatever you want. They do have USBs, 2 little ones here, USB-C here, USB-C here. You've got vents in the back, and you have this sort of recycled eucalyptus material. Look at my hands. Now in the back, I do notice that the door panels are a little bit cheaper feeling than the ones in the front. The ones in the front have this black trim accent along there that looks more premium. In the back, it's a little bit more plasticky, even though it does have heated seats on both sides here, heated seats here, heated seats here, and they're 2 increments, not 3. Now, as far as storage goes, there's a few unique pieces here. You can hang shopping bags behind the back of these seats right here. Let's try it. And as far as bottle or cup holders go, there are bottle holders in the door, but just a singular bottle. And here there are 2 cup holders. These seats do fold down 60-40, 40 here, 60 on this side, and that's it for the back seat. Front seat of the Kia Niro EV. Whew, this has got Sportage vibes. But the dash is slightly different. You have this LED ambient lighting color that pops up over here. That's a nice touch at night. And this one is a limited, so I do have these 10.25 inch screens. They are touchscreen right here. And this has the same sort of software as all the new Kia product. Now, if we start with the door panel in the front seat, it is a lot better quality than the back seat for a few reasons. One, it's soft touch up here, but down here where it has this plastic, it has this like soft coated material. And it's not just on this door panel, it's also on the center console here. On the door panel, it also has 2 memory seats. You can fold your mirrors in, and then we'll move from there. We have this fancy rubberized dash, which is a nice touch. It's textured, as well as the center speaker for the Harman Kardon. Now, when I move down below, you have this black trim that funnels all the way down, and it looks very modern and futuristic. Now, they have this panel, and they say that it's 10.25 per each one, but in today's marketing world, you can call this 22 inches. This also does carry forward something that was launched in the EV6, and this is where you can drag your little finger here and you can change from your HVAC controls to your nav, your radio, your media, and your setup. Now, what doesn't change is these fixed climate control buttons right here. So recirculation, auto climate, 3 increments, and then your defrost front and back, and then of course your toggle buttons here, that does not change. But I like this touch because it really cleans up the button and cleans up the dash on here. Now, moving below, you have your cigarette lighter, your USB and USB-C, and this does have wireless charging down here because this is a limited. And then moving down below, this is shift by wire. So you have your reverse, neutral, drive, and simply turn it. There is no drive mode buttons down here because it's on the steering wheel. And as far as drive modes, this has eco, normal, and sport. And then when I hold it down, it has a snow mode, unlike the hybrid, which doesn't have the snow mode or the normal mode, just eco and sport. Now, some may complain this does have piano black and this might get dirty, but there's not too much piano black for your hands to touch besides this piece right here. I think you'd be more concerned about the actual touch screen with your fingers and the glare. Although glare is not apparent when I had this heads-up display. It's a 10-inch heads-up display, and I couldn't really find too much glare or it actually disappearing sometimes when the sun hits it. It was really good. But anyways, as far as buttons goes, you have 3 increments of heated seats on both sides, 3 increments of cooled seats, heated steering wheel, auto hold, rear camera, which is excellent for quality. Come take a look. It also has this funky center console storage compartment that you can remove this to make more space, but it also does have these cup holders that retract when you push these buttons. As far as seats go, it is made with eucalyptus, but the support and structure of it is decent. I wouldn't say it's perfect, and we've had this car for about 5 or 6 hours driving it, and my back has to find the right position for me to feel perfect. Now, I'm not saying in terms of holding it together, it's just the structure of it with my back. It was fair. I wouldn't say it was amazing. It's just a sort of a basic seat. It does have some cool funky features, as I mentioned, with hanging your little shopping bag behind there and the USBs. But the headrest is one thing I would say is a positive feature. It doesn't really stick out too bad. It just holds me in well. It's just the back support I wish they would maybe clean up a little bit. It does have lumbar, but it's not perfect. It needs to come out a little bit more because it doesn't go up or down. It just goes backwards and forwards. Up or down is what we need. All in all, this reminds me of the Sportage. It's pretty much exactly the same on the inside with the exception of the steering wheel that's from an EV6. And of course, this recycled headliner is a nice touch to make you realize that you're in an EV, saving the world. So if you're not fully committed to buying an EV, we are on our way to drive the hybrid Niro, so watch out for that one on our channel if you haven't subscribed as yet. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.